Hey, this is Bill with Lead Capture Page Boss, and in this tutorial video I'm going to explain the movement of the variables from the personal information to the page settings. So let's go ahead and go there first. If you remember, in the personal information you would come down here to the additional fields, and there was a long column of many different fields that controlled background images, YouTube videos, and a lot of other different variables for the pages. Well, we've made a move that should simplify things for you, and we've put them at the bottom of each page. So what I want to do is go over how you now control the variables on a page. What I want you to do is go to your capture pages. It doesn't matter which capture page you use, but I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, and let's say I'm going to take 0027, and I'm going to click on Edit Page Settings. This essentially brings us to this page here called Page.php, and then this happens to be page 479. Now this is a different layout than the normal layout that we had, and I want to go over each element of this page. So first, this button here, when you click on it, it opens up another page, and this is how you see your page on the internet, so that you can get quick access to see what it looks like. This button, of course, makes a duplicate page of this one, and if I click on that, you'll see that instead of page 479, we now see 479 and clone equals 1. Now the way to get to your clone pages is to go back to capture pages, and instead of going to the all affiliates, you go to my capture pages. And this is where your clone pages will be. This is the one that we just cloned right here. But that is not technically the purpose for this. We want to go over Page.php. Next, you have the function to roll back. This one here, you can turn on off the HTML editor. This really very few people are going to use. Now this here is the link that brought you to this video. And then we have an introduction here. And you ought to read through this. It may vary page per page. We also have a recommendation to get a domain name for your capture page. And then what we're going to have is an instructional video for each capture page explaining the functionality of that page, the different variables that you can use, some of the philosophy behind the page. So this video is going to be separate for each page as well. And it would probably be a good idea to watch it. They're going to be relatively short. Next, you have the third-party emailers if you want to set up a third-party autoresponder. Then we have the backup button where you can click to make backups of your page. Simply click and you'll see that you get backups instantly. And then of course these are where you can go back to a restore point by clicking on this. This here goes right back to the original page. Whereas these, you can go ahead and make a backup now at 12:31. I can click it again just a couple minutes later, or a minute later, and I have 12:32. Now we also have the page settings, and each of these is going to have some details as far as what it's for and how to use it. This here shows us a Google search result where you have the title of the page, the URL, and then the description. And this is where you can control your page title, your description, and your keywords. And so this will give you the ability to determine how your page is going to look when it's ranked on Google. This does help with organic SEO. Next, we have the form data. And if you click on this, you'll see that you're going to be able to control a lot of the form elements from here. whether you want to collect the name, the email, the phone, the address, etc. We've added a number more of these form fields so that you can add these elements or turn them off, depending on what you need to do with your page. Then we also have the page data, and this is where you choose the lead group that the opt-ins from this page will go to. Now what that means is that you have a number of lead groups in the system, and each of those lead groups is assigned an autoresponder series. And so what you want to do if you're using 0027, you can actually use 0027, or you can create your own lead groups and customize your autoresponder series, and then you can go ahead and attach this page to the lead group that you create. If you need to add lead groups, then you can simply click on Manage Your Lead Groups, and that's going to open up the contact groups, and you'll be able to add one right here. So back to page settings, you then have the redirect URL. This is the web page that your tour taker will be redirected to when they fill out your capture form. So they go to your capture page, they like your offer, your video, they fill the form out, and when they hit the submit button, they're going to be redirected to a page. That could be your Facebook page, a YouTube video, a landing page, a website, a company website. And so you want to put that URL in this field here. Now on a number of the pages, you're going to see that we already have a value in this field, but it is 100% customizable, and so you could go ahead and edit that field and put in any value that you want. This is where you handle some of the more advanced feature of the pages, whether it's the live chat, the social inviter, an exit pop-up, password protect certain pages, etc. These really are quite advanced, and it's recommended that you don't manipulate these until you get a better understanding of the basics of the system before jumping into things that are more technical. Then we have the WYSIWYG editor, which is going to allow you to click directly on the text on the page and then edit that text to say whatever you'd like. And on these generic pages, we simply tell you or give a suggestion of what would be there. So that top would be your headline, or perhaps a logo. Next would be your subtitle. Then any kind of a call to action, and then you're going to have your form, which you can turn on and off using the toggles. And so what you're able to do is manipulate that verbiage. Now obviously there's pages that have a lot more verbiage than that, but you also have access to the source code. So if you're familiar with HTML or CSS, you can get right into the source code here and edit this to style your capture page. The next item is the page variables, and that's what begins to control the YouTube video, in this case a video background. And so what you'll see here is different variables, where this is variable 1221, and this is going to control the email field text, where it says enter a valid email here. Well, when we go here, we see this shows 1221. Now, if we are to go back, view our page on the internet, and you're going to see here, it says enter a valid email here. If we go back and we edit this value, we'll say your best email, and then we're going to click Save Changes. We go back to this and we're going to refresh this, and you'll see that this text has changed. The value here is it gives you the ability to edit the page without getting into the source code for certain more detailed and technical parts of the code. So you'll see that we have a number of variables that you can use on here. For example, this is the text on the button. Here we have the video YouTube ID, which controls the background that is playing. We have whether you want to make the video autoplay. If you want the video to automatically start playing, you put in true. If not, you enter false. Also, if a video may have sound, and if it does, and you want to hear it, then you would put false, because this says that it is true to mute the sound. Okay? And the next thing we're going to look at is additional page options for customization. So the reason these buttons are here are there are pages where you can edit the background image. And this is simply a quick link to go to the background images, so you can click on the image that you think would be appropriate for the background of your capture page. And you'll find lots and lots of images to choose from. Next, there are the video backgrounds, like on this page 0027, you have the ability to edit the background. Well, that's what these videos are for, and we have a number of them here and plan on having a lot more being added shortly. Then we also have just generic videos that you would actually display on your capture page in a video holder, and you can click on these and watch them and determine which one is best suited for your capture page. Then we have buttons, which each have a different call to action on them. So when you open up the button page, you'll see pretty quickly that there are lots of different buttons, and the text is different on each of them, where it might be slightly edited that could have a bigger draw for a particular audience. And then last, we have form transparency. And so you'll see that on various pages here throughout the system. Anytime that you make any changes that you want to keep, you need to make sure that you click Save Changes. That way it'll be applied to the database, and then your page will reflect those changes. So we believe that this has simplified it. Primarily what we've done is we've taken all of those long list of variables from the personal information and we've put them right here so you can manipulate your page directly below it instead of on a separate page. We hope you enjoy this improvement. We plan on many improvements to come. We value you as our subscribers and look forward to serving you and helping you be a lot more successful in your online endeavors.